Hi guys, welcome to AdamMcKola TV. I'm Adam. We are live and we are talking Manchester United transfers. Yes, that's what we're doing today. And most importantly, Alexis Sanchez and Henrikh Mkhitaryan have come into the spotlight significantly today. Now last night this kind of escalated a little bit as well with the news that Henrikh Mkhitaryan was left out of the Manchester United side. He was left out of the squad completely, and he wasn't at Old Trafford, I don't believe, yesterday. Jose Mourinho hinted before the game that that was because his head wasn't right, which I kind of joked that your head wouldn't be right if you'd been offered to Arsenal. And now it seems that he is in some sort of negotiations with Arsenal over a potential move, which could be a straight swap deal with Alexis Sanchez. Now we've got to see how this develops. Obviously nothing's confirmed yet. Whether Sanchez comes in, it doesn't necessarily mean Henrikh Mkhitaryan will 100% go in the opposite direction, although it does look that way at the moment. I can imagine Henrikh Mkhitaryan doesn't really want to go to Arsenal because of the position they're in, which you can understand, and that he wants to probably stay at Manchester United or get to a move to a club of his choice. So I still think there could be a long way to go in this transfer, although something could happen in a very, very short space of time and it could be done and dusted by today. So we just have to play it by ear. But I'm going to give you all of the updates on Alexis Sanchez, Henrikh Mkhitaryan, Manchester United, Arsenal, etc. In terms of that. And there's also some confirmed news as well. Henrikh Mkhitaryan has returned from his loan at Leeds United and is back at Old Trafford. Not sure what the circumstances are surrounding that, but Henrikh Mkhitaryan is now back at Old Trafford. So I'm going to dive into the comments a little bit right now. We've got over 400 people watching. Get banging that like button, get sharing, get subscribing if you're not already subscribed to AdamMcKola TV. We got Usman, we got Ankush, K, Livewire Red, Dale, Pig Shit. What a name. Alan Redpath, Absolute Ace, Justin Lim, Mizan Ahmed also in the comments as well. Thank you very much for joining us today. So Mino Raiola has been speaking and he has said that Henrikh Mkhitaryan holds the key to Alexis Sanchez's move to Manchester United. Now it looks like we've offered Henrikh Mkhitaryan. Now before that it seemed like it was money and Henrikh Mkhitaryan, but now Mino Raiola or Sky sources have hinted at the fact that it could be a straight swap deal, which would make more sense because Henrikh Mkhitaryan is still a very, very valuable player, and I would find it absolutely ridiculous if United gave them 20-30 million as well as Henrikh Mkhitaryan. It's just stupid. It don't make sense, especially when you could have just paid 35 million for him if you believe the rumours. So Henrikh Mkhitaryan going to them. Now he's said Sanchez is part of Mickey's deal, not the other way around. Without him, Sanchez simply cannot go to United. Mickey's problems at United are purely related to playing football. He has no problem with the manager. It is not personal. So that is what Mino Raiola said. Now I would like to think that if Henrikh Mkhitaryan rejected a move to Arsenal, Manchester United could still stump up the £35 million. What is stopping us doing that? Now I understand that we may need to get Henrikh Mkhitaryan's wage bill off the team, which is totally understandable. I understand Jose Mourinho may want to balance his squad, so keep the numbers the same. If he wants to see Alexis Sanchez on the right hand side, that's where Henrikh Mkhitaryan's playing. He could see it as a straight swap. But with Zlatan Ibrahimovic out, I could see Manchester United needing both players, Henrikh Mkhitaryan and Alexis Sanchez. So it is very, very interesting. I'll be honest with you there. I'm not 100% sold on the idea of Henrikh Mkhitaryan going to Arsenal. Now, I wouldn't be disappointed if Henrikh Mkhitaryan left Manchester United because it hasn't been perfect for him. Henrikh Mkhitaryan has had fantastic moments for Manchester United. You think of the Scorpion kick goal. It's one of the best goals I've ever seen at Old Trafford. You think of his Europa League final goal to make it 2-0 and wrap up the trophy to give us Champions League football this season and a European trophy as well. You think of his goals on the run to that Europa League final away from home. He was absolutely incredible, was Henrikh Mkhitaryan. And I still think there is a quality player in there. I actually think he would flourish at Arsenal with the way they play football and do very well. Obviously, Arsenal are still a long way off Man United, and them losing Sanchez and getting Mkhitaryan, Sanchez is the better player. So, of course, United would be getting the better deal. But I just feel like there's a very good player inside Mkhitaryan, and giving him to Arsenal would be stupid. I'd rather see him go to Dortmund or to Inter Milan, who have also been linked with him. I'd rather see him go away from the Premier League and stay in the Premier League, because I actually quite like Henrikh Mkhitaryan, even if I do think that, yes, his time may be up at Manchester United, because him, the manager, his consistency, it just all doesn't go together. But yeah, I don't want to see Henrikh Mkhitaryan going to Arsenal. If your audio's out of sync, Nightlife, refresh the stream, because there should be no problems. We've got the internet's fine at the moment, everything's fine. So make sure you're refreshing that stream, yeah? Refresh the stream, guys. Refresh the stream. Come on. Get refreshing the stream. Lewis Lee says, am I the only one that thinks Sanchez deal is falling through? Look, if Sanchez is going to leave Arsenal this January, it looks like he's going to be coming to Manchester United. When you look at the way things have gone on, you look at what happened yesterday with Manchester City. Manchester City gave a statement of some sorts. It's kind of announcing through, I think, the BBC that they were pulling out of a deal for Alexis Sanchez, and they said Chelsea are in it. Chelsea are in the race for Alexis Sanchez. That's what they said, and it was kind of interesting to me that they would do that. And it seems like Manchester City are on a Manchester City are on a PR course to try and prevent the damage limitation to them, in terms of Manchester City looking bad, because they're sitting top of the league, 15 points clear, 12 points clear now, and they're sitting top of the league, and you'd think Sanchez was a done deal. It's been a done deal for a long, long time, and everyone's thought that he's going to Manchester City. And then they're coming out saying Chelsea are interested as well. Conte said today, I'm not interested. I don't know about all of that stuff. And it looks like City have put that out there so that it looks like it was a 3-horse race, and they've just been outbid, blown out of the water by the finances. I find it all very, very weird that Manchester City have pulled out over finances and trying to act like they're this bigger and better club, and that they're above the rest, and oh yeah, we you come for us for trophies, not money. Absolute bollocks. Half the players that have signed, no, in fact 90% of the players that have signed for Manchester City have signed for money, not history, not trophies. That's something that they have to realise as well. Alexis Sanchez, though, coming to Manchester United, it's obviously something of a dream move for the club. It'd be a fantastic move for Manchester United to get him in. It'd be an absolute freebie in terms of £35 million or Mkhitaryan swap or whatever. It's an absolute deal. It's an absolute deal. It's a steal. We're getting Alexis Sanchez at a time when he's in the peak years of his career. Similar to Robin Van Persie. He's a player that can do absolute damage. Absolute damage. He can come in on that right hand side. For us, people saying that Anthony Martial's future is in doubt because of this move. Absolute bollocks. Alexis Sanchez is clearly coming in on the right hand side, or as an alternative for Lukaku, or playing off Lukaku, or an alternative for Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Martial's spot is not under threat. He's on 10 goals this season. I was watching Sky Sports' analysis of the game, and it was pretty good, but I thought Gary Neville's and Jamie Carragher's comments on Anthony Martial were totally wrong. They said that he hasn't quite settled at Manchester United or something like that. He hasn't done it at Man. And I thought, look, there's still more to come from him. But he's 21 years old, Anthony Martial. He's still a very, very young player. He's still getting better. He's still improving. And they're speaking about him as if he's 28 years old. It's an absolute joke. He's on 10 goals this season. He's our top goal scorer at the club since he arrived at this club. He's been the top goal scorer. He scored 17 goals in his first season. He had a dip in his second season. That was because of personal issues and Jose not playing him. And this season he's hit 10 goals, got 7 assists. He's on absolute fire, and I find it ridiculous that he'd be spoken about like that. But Martial's spot is not going to be in threat because of Alexis Sanchez coming in. It is not going to be in threat because of that at all. Never. Never. It's not going to be that way, man. Come on, guys. Let's be real here. Yeah? So let me get onto some of your comments right about now. So I'm diving into the comments. Bear with me a second, yeah? Can you hear me now? That should be back on now. I apologise about that, guys. I do apologise about that. My mic just went off. I don't know why my mic went off, but it went off. So we're back now. We are back. Why is my mic off? The light's on, and it's not getting any sound. So let me sort that out. Right. I'm using the sound from my camera at the moment, so I do apologise about that. We're back anyway, and we're running again. Make sure you're liking, sharing, subscribing, and all that good stuff on AdamMcKola TV. Why isn't my mic working when the light's on? That is a mystery. That is a mystery. But it's back now. Oh, can you hear me now? Yes, the mic's working again, guys. The proper mic is working again. Guys, who gets sacrificed for Sanchez, says Mohammed Umar. It's obviously going to be Henrikh Mkhitaryan by the looks of things. Whether he goes to Arsenal or not, it looks like he's going to be to be the one that's sacrificed. Now, me personally, I don't want him to go to Arsenal. I think they would actually make him... I think he'd play well for Arsenal. I think with the way Arsenal play, without that pressure that you get at Manchester United, I think he'd play well for them. I don't mind that he's going to leave Manchester United, although I feel a little bit sorry for him, and I don't think he deserves some of the disrespect he's been getting. But I do think that he is an absolute quality player, and I don't want him to go to another Premier League club. Having said that, swapping Sanchez for Mkhitaryan is an absolute great deal for Manchester United. It's a fantastic deal for Manchester United, and I think Alexis Sanchez will provide Manchester United with a world-class talent, someone that can score us goals, make goals, fill in that right-hand side. And also, when you look at Martial, Rashford, and to a certain extent Lukaku, although Lukaku has scored an awful lot of goals this season, when you look at the players, yeah, that we have, they have had inconsistencies in their game. Now, I think Sanchez's form this season hasn't been great, and that's obviously because he wants to get out of Arsenal. But I think the move to Manchester United, this number 7 shirt, the fans getting behind him, a new start, a new friendship with the club, I think it's just what he needs. And I think next season more so, it's a great move for Manchester United, but also for the end of this season and potentially the Champions League as well. It's a great move for Manchester United. So those are my thoughts. We've got almost 1,000 people in at the moment. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you're sharing. Make sure you're subscribing. At the moment, it's all down to Henrikh Mkhitaryan, if you believe what Mino Raiola is saying. He is saying that Henrikh Mkhitaryan has to agree a deal with them. At the moment, his problem with Manchester United is purely footballing. He has no issues with Jose Mourinho, and that he holds the keys in terms of this Alexis Sanchez transfer and Alexis Sanchez leaving Arsenal. If Henrikh Mkhitaryan agrees to join Arsenal, then of course Sanchez is Manchester United's player. He also says it's a straight swap deal, which I think is fantastic financially. I think one of the big points I was going to make today was going to be that I find it ridiculous that Manchester United would give money and Mkhitaryan for a player that is worth, at this moment in time, £35 million. I think that's ridiculous. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. So to hear that it would be a straight swap sits better with me, because to give him 30 million and Sanchez, or 20 million and 20 million and Mkhitaryan, or 30 million and Mkhitaryan just doesn't make sense. Now Wiltshire says it's way off from happening. We've still got to wait and see what happens. Nothing's confirmed yet. It's not guaranteed at all. We've got over 1,000 people watching on AdamMcKola TV at the moment. Guys, welcome, baby. How you doing? Make sure you're subscribing, liking and sharing, and welcome if you haven't ever been a part of this channel, then welcome along to it. We're talking Manchester United transfers today. We're talking Sanchez in. We're talking Mkhitaryan out. Is the swap deal going to go down? Or could we potentially see Mkhitaryan go to Dortmund, Aubameyang go to Arsenal, Sanchez go to Manchester United? We've heard rumours of Aubameyang leaving Dortmund and Arsenal potentially being interested, although that has kind of been dampened a little bit recently. Do you think Mickey will be good for Arsenal, says Mosin Azam? I think if Mkhitaryan does join Arsenal, I think he would be a fantastic signing for them. I think he's a fantastic player, and I feel very sorry for him. But look, ultimately, he hasn't done it consistently at Manchester United. He hasn't done it consistently for Jose Mourinho, and Jose Mourinho thinks he would get better out of another player. And if that's the case, I'd rather see Mkhitaryan go than Martial or Rashford or someone like that. So albeit, if Mkhitaryan leaves though, I kind of don't want to see him go to Arsenal. I don't want to see Mkhitaryan at Arsenal, because I think he's a very good player. I think he's an absolutely fantastic player. And to see him at another rival club would be disappointing. Although I don't think he's as good as Sanchez. I don't think he's a replacement for Sanchez for them. But I think he's a very good player. And he would probably be the Ozil replacement for them if Ozil leaves in the summer. Griezmann has no space at Barca, says Music Lover. I find it funny as well that Manchester United have gone quiet on on Antoine Griezmann around the same time that we've been linked with Alexis Sanchez. And then you've heard all the rumours linking Antoine Griezmann to Barcelona. Maybe Antoine Griezmann's advisors and his representatives are trying to get him a move to Barcelona. And they've started talking about that instead of Manchester United, because they know United have been sniffing around Alexis Sanchez. Yes, Josh, thank you very much, mate. I'll see you over at the Swansea game. Tusha says Bolt should get out of town. Sanchez will be great down the right. Mujib says Mourinho would never give Arsenal a good player, which is why I'm sceptical. Mickey and money for Sanchez and Ozil, says Christos Nistos. Yes, hey, Ruth, thank you for coming in. It's me, Saya. Francis says Mickey. Hope we beat Burnley, says Steve. Of course, I hope we beat Burnley too. Will Sanchez be eligible to play Champions League, says Tian. He will be eligible to play Champions League football if he signs for Manchester United. He will be eligible to play Champions League football. So don't you worry about that. He will be playing in the Champions League for Manchester United. Yeah. Are you sad to see Mkhitaryan go, guys? Because we've got great memories of Mkhitaryan, haven't we? We have got great memories of Mkhitaryan. He's done good things for Manchester United. He's been a part of trophy-winning teams. He's scored one of the best goals I've ever seen. His scorpion kick Would you be sad to see him leave Manchester United? Would you? Make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you're sharing. Make sure you're subscribing. Remember as well, guys, after this stream finishes, if anything comes through tonight, then I will, of course, be jumping live as well. So make sure you're keeping it locked for that. I'll be going live if anything comes out in regards to Alexis Sanchez joining Manchester United. So keep it locked throughout the day. Do you think Mickey needs to stay for squad depth, says Tanman? Not if Sanchez comes in, because Sanchez will probably be replacing him on the right. Fazzy has it going, mate. Thank you. Who will make way in the team for Sanchez, says Nakalated Cooley. I think it's obvious now that it's Mkhitaryan. Do we need to argue this anymore? People that are getting worried about Martial, stupid. Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher, what they said yesterday, I think, with all due respect, I think they're great pundits, but I think they got that one wrong on him. I think they got it totally wrong on Martial. He's improved this season on last season. He's a very young player. He's showing potential. Of course he's going to improve. Of course he can give more. Of course he can do more. But he's a young player. He's learning his trade. He's learning his game. He's learning to play under Jose Mourinho. And I think the penny has dropped this season. And we're seeing fantastic performances from him. And another example of that yesterday with an absolute cracker of a goal. Rather Sanchez over... What? Jesse Lingard don't need to be worried by Sanchez. Alex says, yes, very sad to see him leave, not only because he's my countryman, but because he's a good player as well. I think it said it moved on. Mickey doesn't play at the minute, says Ian Turlington. Yeah, that's a good enough reason to let him go. We need to sell Matter. Is get out of town. Matter is not crap. We need to keep Matter. And I think if Mkhitaryan goes, Sanchez comes in, it looks like Matter may be staying. Manny places, what does this mean for Matter? Why would it affect Matter? You just let me know. I don't know why. Do you guys think that Sanchez will be playing in that CAM role? Is that what you think? Pogba is a beast, says Omar Farouk. You're damn straight, mate. 99.4% Sanchez is coming. Okay, Shruti. We'll wait and see for the confirmation. But at the moment, it's purely speculation. But if you're looking at things and you're thinking logically, and if you're trying to take emotion out of it as a Manchester United fan that's excited about the possibility or nervous that it might not happen. If you look at it logically and you think the reports from Di Marzio, who's very reliable, Mourinho speaking about it, Arsene Wenger speaking about it, Sanchez being dropped, Mkhitaryan being dropped, Mino Raiola coming out today, Manchester City pulling out of the race and then suggesting Chelsea were in it in a bid to kind of say it was a 3-horse race. Chelsea saying, I don't know what you're talking about. It all looks set for Sanchez to join Manchester United. Now it just seems to be, is Mkhitaryan going or is he staying? Is he going to Arsenal? You know, is that key for the transfer to happen? If Mkhitaryan rejects Arsenal, can Manchester United just pay £35 million? Which would be my preference. Just pay the £35 million, keep Mkhitaryan, sell Mkhitaryan in the summer. Happy days, he doesn't go to a rival. I think that should be the best possibility, to be totally honest with you. Very sad to see Mickey go, says Susan. Get Ozil too if Mickey's involved, says Varenk. RIP Jesse Lingard's career, says Joe. I don't think so, mate. He's our second top goal scorer this season on 11 goals. Are you mad? Jesse's going nowhere. Lucas Moura has moved to Nantes on loan, says CM Rapper. Messi Lingard. Yes, it is Messi Lingard, mate. Ronaldo is finished now. Don't bid, says CCR. I still think Ronaldo has an awful lot to offer to football, but it's not at Manchester United, and these rumours are ridiculous. They come around every single year. Lundo says, what shirt number will Griezmann get if Sanchez comes in and gets 7? I don't think Griezmann will be coming to Manchester United, to be totally honest with you. We are 350 subscribers away from 45,000 subscribers. Can we get that done right now, right on this stream? We've got almost 1,200 people on it. I'm guessing there's at least 300 of you not subscribed. So hit that subscribe button right now if you're not already subscribed. And if you are subscribed, hit that like button and let me know how many people in this stream are actually subscribed. Let's do a little test. I hope Juan Mata stays at Manchester United. Now, there was talk today that Manchester United haven't actually triggered his contract extension. And I'd be disappointed if that was the case. I want Mata to stay. You hear the rumours that Juan Mata wants to stay at Manchester United as well. And I hope that's the case. Mata's a very experienced player. Over the last 3 seasons, he's scored double figures in every single season. Apart from this season, he's on about 3 or 4 goals, but he's still had some very influential performances. I still think Mata has an awful lot to offer, whether it's as just as a member of the squad, as he's playing at the moment, when he's he's playing every other week. He's playing regularly, but he's not playing every game. I'd like to see Juan Mata stay at Manchester United. Thank you for subscribing, Vicky. Thank you for subscribing, Mr. Bills, Nadeem, Viking Red, Rashid, all of those guys. Manny Play's been subscribed since 2015. Thank you to all of you, whether you're new or old subscriber. I really do appreciate you guys. And of course, whether I've got 40,000 or 400,000, you all mean the world to me, mate. Guaranteed. Even you little trolls, you mean the world. I got trolls. Right. Who can play in front of Pogba and Matic, says Sion Liao. Mata. We need one more centre-back, comments someone. I think Jose Mourinho may wait on that one. He's already potentially letting Axel Tuanzebe go because Axel Tuanzebe can't get minutes. So I can't imagine he will buy a centre-half when he's saying that. I like Axel Tuanzebe. He's a talented player. He needs football, but I can't play him because I've got too much players. He's not then going to go out and buy another central midfielder. Manju, thank you very much for liking and subscribing. We're close to 500 likes. You're all legends. You're all absolute legends. Love you all, man. John Cashmere is a geezer. Who is that? I don't even know. Mickey was good as well, says Archie Shaw. It is sad to see Mickey going. He's been good for Manchester United. And when you think of the memories that he's given us, you think of the goal against Ajax, you think of the goal, the scorpion kick goal, you think of the goal against Spurs. He's had some very, very good moments in a Manchester United shirt, has our boy Mickey. And it is a real shame that he's going to be leaving the club. And if he does go, it's going to be a real shame that he's going to be going to a rival. I can take Mkhitaryan going, but it does sour the move a little bit if we get Alexis Sanchez and Mkhitaryan goes in the opposite direction. Because I still think there's a good player in there. As for everything else, are we going to sign any other players? Like Jose Mourinho says, there's a lot of rumours at the moment, but Manchester United will only move in January if they really need to get a player. If they feel that player isn't really worth it, or it's just a stopgap, they're not going to go for them. They're only going to get players that they would sign in the summer, which is someone like Alexis Sanchez. So I can totally appreciate that, and I don't think we should be rushing to make signings. I think we've got a very big squad. I think we've got some very good players, some very good younger players. I think we're still a few players away from being a complete squad that you can expect to win the title and not just potentially challenge for it. You can expect to challenge for the Champions League. We're still a few players away from that, but we've got a very good team at the moment, and we don't need to be making wholesale changes, and we don't need to be rushing into signings in the summer. But in January, sorry. But Alexis Sanchez is a very good player and the kind of player that you want to sign, regardless of when it is, as Jose says. Very close to 44,700 right now. Thank you very much. 1,215 watching. 500 likes on the stream. So many comments you guys are making this an absolutely fantastic stream. And I'm glad that you're along for the show. Where does Alexis Sanchez fit in? Where do you guys think? We've heard rumours about potentially on the left, and that's his #1 position, but I think on the right, and that's shown mostly by the fact that Jose Mourinho is letting Mkhitaryan go. But do you guys think otherwise? Do you think he will play up top in rotation with Lukaku maybe? Do you think he'll play just off Lukaku? Do you think we'll play with a different formation? I'd like to see a 4-3-3, to be totally honest with you. I think a 4-3-3 is a way that we could definitely play, and if we did get Sanchez, it'd be mint. I'm going to do a video, if he does sign, I'm going to do a video on Alexis Sanchez and where he fits into the team and all that stuff. If he signs, that will be live, and I'll be doing that video. What's the news now, says Akshiv. Just to give you guys an update on the latest news on this transfer. The latest news as of yesterday was that Manchester City had come out of the race for Alexis Sanchez. In the meantime of coming out of the race, they also put the news out of there that Chelsea were in the running for Alexis Sanchez. which was just not true according to Antonio Conte in his press conference today, which I found very, very interesting. City putting that news out there to almost make it look like it was a 3-horse race and not a 2-horse race. Imagine them losing a 2-horse race to United, who they're 12 points clear off in the league. They don't want people to think that. So they've put the news out about Chelsea, which Conte immediately denied. Of course, Chelsea could still be trying to have a sniff, but it doesn't look likely. And it looks like City were having a little bit of mischief. They've been doing all sorts of publications about the money and this, that and the other, and trying to rewrite history. Man City wouldn't have half of their players, 75% of their players, 99% of their players, if it wasn't for the fact that they've got money. So let's not try and change the rules here and change the game here. People come to Manchester United, of course, for money, because of course we pay players good money. We're Manchester United, for fuck's sake, we're the most lucrative club in the world. But not only that, we're Manchester United. So of course players want to come to us. Do you think Sanchez wouldn't be enticed by the challenge of winning the trophy back of Manchester City next season? That wouldn't entice him. Playing with the likes of Pogba, Lukaku, Martial, Rashford, that wouldn't entice him. Stop talking wet, man. Are we getting an old squad, says Viking Red? I don't think so. No, we need to bring experience in. Zlatan's gone within the next couple of months. We can all see that. Zlatan's going to be gone. Sanchez is coming, is at 29, going to be 30. Okay, fair enough. But then when you're looking around, everyone else is very young. And we've seen at the moment that Manchester United have had a problem. That when we've been playing with the likes of Martial, Rashford, to a certain extent, Romelu Lukaku, they're very, very inconsistent players. Of course, they're 2021. Lukaku's 24. He's at a new club, playing under a manager that he's not played under for a while. So when you look at these players, their inconsistency in scoring is clear to see. Someone like Alexis Sanchez brings in that guarantee. That's why I was saying, do you remember that video I did? If you haven't seen it, top 5 players Manchester United to sign in January. When I was talking about the likes of Malcolm, Lucas Moura, about potential signings on that right wing. We need players that are guaranteed goals, guaranteed assists, and they're not that. Yes, Malcolm's potentially going to be very good. Yes, Lucas Moura could potentially re-find himself and, find that player that was once there. But they're not guaranteed to do that. I think if you sign Alexis Sanchez, you get a player that is guaranteed to do that. Guaranteed to score goals. Guaranteed to get assists. So it's all good in the hood. So, yeah, I think this is the right signing if United can get it done. We need to get it done very, very soon. So hopefully we do that. There's a few of you guys saying Andy Mitten has just broken some news in regards to Jose. So let me just have a look to see if that is true. Would I like Simeone at Man United, says MUFC Rich? No. We've got the better version of Simeone and Mourinho. Yes, you guys are right as well. Jose Mourinho contract extension is soon to be announced by Manchester United, according to Andy Mitten in the national.ae, if you want to go and check out the article. In his article, he says Portuguese led Old Trafford. Okay, I don't need to read that bit. Is that contract expires in 2019. United are expected to announce that manager Jose Mourinho signed a contract extension to stay at Manchester United beyond his current 3-year deal, which runs until 2019. Sources have told The National that an announcement is imminent after negotiations, which started earlier this season, were successfully concluded. The news will please Manchester United fans who have been supportive of their manager and appreciate the improvements he has made since taking charge in 2016. So it looks like Jose Mourinho is signing a new contract at Manchester United as well, which is absolutely fantastic news for the club and, of course, Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho, been a good manager for us so far. Got us 2 trophies, 3 pieces of silverware so far. 2 trophies he's got us, and 2 trophies that we needed to kind of bring that winning mentality back. He's got the club moving in the right direction again. And, of course, Mourinho is the right man for the job at this moment in time. And I think people that panic and all that stuff about Mourinho, I think they're wrong to do that, because I think it's clear as day that he's making the right improvements at the club and he's moving United in the right direction. So, yeah, absolutely delighted with that news that Jose Mourinho has agreed a new contract. And that news comes from Andy Mitten at the national.ae if you want to check out that article. Guys, make sure you're hitting that like button. Are you happy with that news in regards to Jose Mourinho? Get banging that like button, get subscribing, get sharing, and of course, get your comments in. What you're thinking about Alexis Sanchez. Are you a little bit upset that you could see Henrikh Mkhitaryan leave? I'm going to get into some of your questions now before we wrap up this live stream. Remember, if we can hit 45,000 before the end of the live stream, amazing, amazing, because I'm pretty sure there's at least 300 of you not subscribed that are watching. But if we can hit 44,700, that'll do me. So get subscribing if you're not. And we're going to dive into some of your questions. Sanchez replacement for Ibra, says Ali H. I've kind of hinted I feel that way as well in terms of experienced player in the squad. Can we get 1,000 likes, says Riasa. If you wanna throw that target out there, Riasa, we'll do that. Riasa wants to know, can we get 1,000 likes? Putting it out there. Someone said Aubameyang to United. No, mate, it's not happening. Apparently there's been a quote attributed to someone from Dortmund saying that he's now agreed to stay and he's apologised for wanting to leave, which is very, very interesting. Maybe the thought of joining Arsenal has made Aubameyang have a rethink on that one. Any more questions for me, guys, on Alexis Sanchez, Mkhitaryan, Mourinho's new deal, or anything else? Then get your questions and your comments and your thoughts in on youtube.com/AdamMcKola. 585 likes at this minute. Thank you very much, guys. I really, really do appreciate it. It's been one of my most busiest videos in a long while. So thank you very much as well for that. Where do you think Alexis would fit in, says Bikash Sahu. I think Alexis Sanchez would fit in on the right-hand side of Manchester United's. If we play a 4-3-3 on the right-hand side of Lukaku, if we play a 4-2-3-1 on the right-hand side of the three, he could also play in the middle or on the left as well if we had any problems with Martial or Rashford. Or if we had to play Martial up top, imagine Lukaku was suspended or injured, put Martial through the middle, put Rashford through the middle, put Sanchez out on the left. So there's very, very different things that you can do. My starting 11, if we got Sanchez, I'll give you all that stuff if Sanchez signs. Sanchez has not signed yet, so I do not want to give you guys any 11s or things like that. I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it. That's not me. And I'm not the guy to be getting quoted up and linked up and vined up saying that this is my 11 with Sanchez, because he hasn't signed yet. He could sign. He's likely to sign, but he hasn't signed yet. So let's just relax. And I've just seen some comments about Arsene Wenger and Mike Dean, as if this week couldn't get any worse for Arsenal. They lose against Bournemouth. They're losing Sanchez. They're losing Walcott. They're potentially losing Wilshere. They're potentially losing Ozil. And now Wenger's getting done because he said to Mike Dean, "You're not honest. You've done this to us many times before. You're supposed to be a professional. You're a disgrace." He went all Didier Drogba on Mike Dean, did Arsene Wenger. Someone just said, CM Rapper says, Mino Raiola has been so good for us in the past and now he's being a C-bomb. I don't agree with that, because yes, he's been good for us in the past in getting us players, but Mkhitaryan's his client and he's got to look after his client, so you'd expect him to do that. And if you believe what has come out today, then it seems like he's made it a straight swap deal by saying, hold on, my client's worth this much. You're not getting him for free. It's pronounced Ozil, says Scorpion 1129 Gaming. I wonder if he's an Arsenal fan, because do you really want to remember that? I hope Wenger gets another extension, says Livewire Red. I can't imagine he will. If they do, surely that place is going to get burnt down to the ground. AS7, says Nadeem, getting excited. Latest from Raiola, yep. Andy, that is true. We have been talking about the latest from Raiola is that Mickey isn't part of the Sanchez deal. It's the other way around. Mickey was lined up for Arsenal 6 weeks ago, and United wants Sanchez. Damn, loads of viewers, Adam, says Aaron. Yep, one of the regulars is in, and he's like, yo! There's loads of people in here today. Where were all these last time? Where were you when we were shit? I'm joking. I'm joking, newcomers. You're welcome. Oldies, you're welcome too. He's blackmailing Arsenal. He wants Mickey to get a higher wage. Yes, he's got to do the best for his client. I don't care. If it means we get Sanchez, I don't care. If you would have offered me a straight swap Sanchez for Mkhitaryan, I would have taken it. Now, of course, I would have thought, I don't like the idea of Mkhitaryan going to Arsenal because I quite like Mkhitaryan. But on the other hand, Sanchez is a pretty good player and he would be absolutely amazing for Manchester United. So yeah, let's do the swap deal in that kind of manner. That's how I feel about it. Is Sanchez eligible for the Champions League? This is a very popular question, Angelo. And he would be eligible for the Champions League. Andre Wallace, you cheeky shite. Antonio 2 says Robbie Jones. If you watched my matchday vlog from yesterday, you would have seen a very, very funny chant from the Stretford end to Antonio Conte. And feel free to go and check it out after we have finished here. And we have just hit 44,700 subscribers. We're 300 away from 45,000. Thank you very much to all you new subscribers that have joined in since we've got live on this show today. You really are appreciated. Every single last one of you. Thank you very much. Our Arsenal getting rid. We've had like 100 new subs today as well, so thanks. Can Alexis play the Ronaldo role in the 08, the AA? Don't compare no one to 08 Ronaldo. What are your thoughts about Giggs joining the Welsh national team, says Rahul Chanda? I think it's a very good first job for Ryan Giggs to have, in the sense that it's not as pressurised as the Premier League job or something like that. He's not got games week in, week out. In a club job, you can play 2-3 games, lose them all, and you're under pressure for your job already. We've seen that with De Boer at Crystal Palace and things like that. And you don't want a manager to get sacked in his first job after a month or two. He's got the luxury of Wales of being able to work with an FA that I assume he knows, working in a setup and a structure that he knows, and following on from Chris Coleman, who's done a very, very good job, working with a very good bunch of players, and having, 2 or 3 games every couple of months. He doesn't have that many games against opposition that, let's be honest, most national teams aren't that great. So I think it's a very good first job for Ryan Giggs to have. And I would like to see him succeed at Wales. I really would. Sanchez on the right wing with the flame emoji, says Anthony Martial in the comments. And that's exactly where I would put him in answer to your question, Shadow. Abhishek thinks Mickey is shy. I don't agree that Mkhitaryan is shy. I agree that he's inconsistent. I agree that he's been poor at times. I agree that he needed to improve if he wanted to stay at Manchester United. And he was given countless opportunities and didn't. But I don't think he's a shit player. And that's why I wouldn't really want him to go to Manchester United. Sorry, to Arsenal. Daryl McCulloch says he's subscribed. And I'm still not 100% sure we will sign Sanchez. I will have to see it first. I agree with you, Daryl. It all feels a bit too good to be true, doesn't it, mate? It does feel too good to be true. But hopefully it doesn't turn out to be the case. And Alexis Sanchez does become a Manchester United player. Remember, guys, if you want to find out when Sanchez signs for Manchester United, if that's today, I will be live first thing as soon as it happens. I'm on standby for it. So make sure you're ready for another live stream on AdamMcKola TV. Hit the notifications button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you to all my old subscribers. Thank you if you watched and you haven't subscribed and you just wanted to watch for this news. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate every single last one of you. And until next time, I have been AdamMcKola. I am out of here, but if you want to go and check out my matchday vlog and see that Antonio Conte chant, then go and do that. And I'll see you later when hopefully Manchester United have announced Alexis. I'm AdamMcKola. I'm out of here.